Good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, I was just in the wrong group, so I was doing the live. I was like doing my whole intro, and I wasn't even in the right group. So here we are. We're in the right one this time. So good morning. Welcome to our next edition of HSTC's virtual story time. I am Jessie Clifford, the Director of Humane Education over at the Humane Society. So when you're hopping on, say hello. And also, as we get started, I am going to tell you to grab your kiddos and grab a piece of paper and a pen, okay? The piece of paper can just be anything. It doesn't have to be this big, but definitely grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I will explain why as we get closer to the book, okay? So, hi everybody that's hopping on. I can't see who's hopping on, but thank you for joining us. Grab your kids, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm gonna run through announcements, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the book, okay? So, we are, at the Humane Society, we are thankfully doing a ton of fostering, okay? We have dogs and cats and critters that all could just use a little break from the shelter, but then it's also going to help alleviate some of the work for the shelter staff, okay? So if you're interested in fostering, that's, you know, something that you can do. But when you foster, the shelter gives you everything that you need. So we give you food, we give you, you know, if you got a cat, we're gonna give you a cat bed and, you know, some litter and all of that stuff. Hi, Summer. Hi. So we send all of the necessities out to the foster, right? Well, we're looking for these, like, you know, like these reusable bags. We're just running low on them because we're having so many fosters, which is fabulous. But we need these like reusable bags to put all of the stuff in. So all of the food, all of the litter, you know, anything, we could really use some of these reusable bags. So if you have any to spare, please drop them off to the shelter. We have a bin right outside the main doors. You can just drop them right in there, and we would be very grateful for that, okay? The other thing that we could use is canned wet food, both dog and cat, and then cut up hot dogs, okay? So we use hot dogs to train the shelter animals. So if you don't know, we have a full-time trainer that helps the animals become a little bit more mannerly so that they're pretty decently trained upon adoption. And we use the hot dogs because that's really yummy to them, and they're gonna wanna work for the hot dogs. So if you have hot dogs that you're not gonna eat, obviously, if you want, you could cut them up into tiny little pieces, like little itty bitty, like the size of a blueberry, okay? And stick them in a Ziploc bag, and then we'll freeze them, and then we'll use them whenever we need to get training, okay, for some of the dogs. So cut up hot dogs. And last but not least, we don't have a sponsor this time around. So if you have a business and you would like to sponsor story time, go ahead and contact Candace Callahan. Her email is in the description right above, okay? So, let's get started. Okay, so like I said, everybody has their paper, right? And everybody has their pen or pencil or crayon or marker. It doesn't matter. Just grab something to write with, okay? So, what we're gonna do, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. We're gonna be reading a book called Animals Have Feelings Too, all right? So, Adele, come here. We'll have Adele join. Come on. Oh, don't knock it over, puppy. Oh, she's sniffing. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna be chatting about the fact that animals can feel a lot of things. So, on your piece of paper, oops, no, puppy, don't go around that way. On your piece of paper, you are going to write down, let's write down 5 different emotions that you as a human can feel. Mary, hi! So write down 5 different emotions that you as a human can feel, okay? Adele, could you scooch, please? Okay, so we're gonna take like 30 seconds. And so I'm gonna write down 5 emotions that I have felt as a human before. All right. And when you're done with that, give me like a thumbs up or something. Let's see. Mine are kind of funny. If you know me, you'll be like, yeah, these are accurate. Let's see. Okay. So you're writing down 5 different emotions that you as a human can feel. And I'll share mine, okay? So I wrote down, hey, Candace, before I go forward, is everything like the right, like, is it flip-flopped? Can you read this or no? Let me know, because I think I can figure out a way to like flip-flop the live. Okay, so I wrote down happy, scared, bored. I think we've all felt a little bit of boredom recently. Hungry, and excited. Okay, so those are my 5 emotions that I wrote down. Okay, keep that paper by you because this is what we're gonna do. It is backwards? Okay, hold on. Let me stand by. Let me see if I can flip-flop it. Oops, nope, those are filters. 1 second. Let's see. Help. Candace, do you know how to flip-flop it? See, the last time we did these lives, you guys, we had a gentleman streaming it for us. So this was all taken care of. Stand by. You guys have an extra minute to write down your emotions. Sorry. Let's see, settings, is that it? Oh, I think I did it. Okay. All right, is that better now? Yes, that is. Okay, ooh, it's backwards. Okay, happy, scared, bored, hungry, excited. Okay, we're good now. Okay, so you're gonna keep that piece of paper near you, and we're gonna read this book, okay? So this book is called Animals Have Feelings Too, all right? Exploring Emotions from A to Z. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, actually, I should probably give you the directions. As we go through this book, there are going to be different emotions that we're discovering that animals can have as well. So when I read the book, and if there is an emotion that you wrote down on your list, go ahead and cross it off. So if I read happy in this book, I'm going to take my pen and I am going to cross off happy, okay? So that's the very simple directions. All right, here we go. Animals Have Feelings Too, Exploring Emotions from A to Z, written by Karen Lee Stevens. And we're gonna read the intro because it's an important part. Ooh, this is different because it's backwards. So bear with me, you guys. Okay. Woo! Hi, kids. My name is Sandy, and I'm a yellow Labrador Retriever. Most of the time, I'm a happy-go-lucky pup. But once in a while, I feel lonely or grumpy. Just like you, I experience lots of different emotions. That's a big word for feelings. When I'm happy, I wag my tail and let out a soft roof, 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 as if it's to say, let's play. When I'm annoyed or frightened, I may grumble and growl, meaning, hey, back off, buddy, stay away. My feline friend, Willow, likes to remind me that I'm not perfect, but I love her anyhow. And that's why I've asked her to help me introduce you to my favorite feeling words. I hope you'll share them with your human family and, of course, your furry and feathered friends. Love, Sandy. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right. A is for affectionate, expressing love, fondness, or tenderness. I'm always affectionate first thing in the morning, especially when I smell my breakfast. B is for bubbly, lively, excited. Whenever I hear the jingling of my leash, I feel bubbly inside because I know it's time for my walk. Okay, guess what? I wrote the word excited. I have excited down on my list, so I'm going to go ahead and cross it off. Okay. The Amazon truck just drove by. Hopefully my dogs don't start barking, but we'll see. All right. C is for compassionate, kind, caring. Being compassionate means you really care about someone's feelings. You see that dog? So that little girl looks sad, obviously. She's got a little tear, and her dog is giving her love. Does your animal feel when you're having maybe a rough day or if you're feeling a little sad? Do you notice if your animal comes up and curls up next to you if maybe you're not feeling well or if you're crying. Sometimes my animals do that, so they definitely can feel when you're not feeling the best. D is for determined, decided, or having reached a decision. I didn't catch the frisbee on the first try, but I am determined to get it this time. Look at Sandy go. E is for envious or jealous. I'm envious because the dog next door has a giant bone as a treat, and all I have is this old stick. He's being envious. F is for frightened, afraid, or scared. The boom and crash of last night's thunder really frightened Willow and me. Oh, I put scared on my list, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that off. So remember, if you have any of these words written down, go ahead and cross them off. Okay. G is for grumpy, irritable, grouchy, or in a bad mood. You'd be grumpy too if a noisy lawnmower woke you up from a nap. Look at how grouchy Sandy looks right now. H is for heroic, brave, or courageous. The local newspaper called me heroic after I rescued a little girl who'd fallen into the deep end of a pool. I is for impatient, anxious, unable to wait. Woof, woof, I am so impatient to go to the park, and my family is taking so long to get ready. Do I have? Nope, I don't have impatient. J is for jolly, happy, joyful. I always have a jolly good time playing with my BFF. And in case you were wondering, BFF means best furry friend. All right, so I had happy written down, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that off. K is for kooky, unusual, silly, or out of the ordinary. People sometimes call me kooky when they see me running in circles. I think it's fun and good exercise too. L is for lonely, unhappy about being alone. When my family goes to school or work, I feel lonely. It's a good thing that they leave lots of toys for me to play with. I don't have lonely, but I have bored on my list. M is for mischievous, naughty, ill-behaved, and M is for angry. Or I'm sorry, and for mad, angry. Stealing Willow's yummy dinner was a mischievous thing to do. Boy, was she mad. Everybody take a look. We're going to talk about body language in our animals in the next few sessions. So you'll get a really great understanding of that. But let's just take a look at Willow's ears right now. When a cat puts their ears, cats normally, their ears are like this. So when they're down and flat like that, that is an indicator that your cat is very mad, okay? Frustrated, afraid, but typically really mad and annoyed. So whenever you see a cat, their ears flat the way that Willow's are right here, you don't want to pet that cat, okay? Just give it space. So you can see Willow's really mad and she kind of has her paw up too. It looks like she might give it a little swat. Give Sandy a little swat, okay? All right. N is for nauseated, sick to your stomach. Ooh, Sandy does not look good over there. After eating a candy bar, I started feeling nauseated. It tasted so good, but I know chocolate isn't good for dogs. O is for overjoyed, delighted, elated, thrilled. I am so overjoyed when my family comes home that I always do a happy dance. I know my girls get really excited when we come home. Does yours? P is for perplexed, puzzled, or bewildered. I'm perplexed. Sorry, guys. I am perplexed when Willow brushes up against my leg. I think it's her way of showing that she likes me. It is kind of confusing, huh? Cats are funny. They're interesting animals. Q is for quiet, silent. Shh. It's 3 a.m. and my family is sleeping. I must be quiet and try not to bark, even though I hear raccoons scurrying on the deck outside. R is for relaxed, free of worry or anxiety. The soft rumbling of Willow's purr helps me feel relaxed. Aww. S is for surprised, unexpected, or astonished. Willow surprised me when she sprang out of her favorite hiding place. T is for tenderness, soft, gentle, or delicate. Dogs and cats enjoy being petted with tenderness. I love my tummy rubs, but most cats like Willow would rather be scratched under the chin. That's another thing that we'll get into with the body language. Cats don't really like their belly rubs. Bellies rubbed. All right. U is for uncomfortable, painful, or irritating. Rolling in the dirt is lots of fun, but getting sticks and leaves stuck in my fur is doggone uncomfortable. It's time for a bath. V is for voiceless, unable to speak. Some people say animals are voiceless. Actually, we have plenty to say, but we express our feelings and needs with barks, meows, squawks, and squeaks rather than words. W is for worried, concerned, anxious, or fearful. Do I have any of those? Nope. Okay. Although I'm worried by all the strange sounds and smells at the veterinary clinic, I know I'll get a treat after my exam, which always makes me feel better. X is for XOXO, an expression for hugs and kisses. Thanks for reading this book, XOXO Sandy. Y is for youthful, appearing or feeling young, fresh, and vibrant. Even though I'm 10 years old, that's about 70 in people years, a good diet and lots of exercise helps me stay youthful. And Z is for zonked, exhausted, or super duper tired. Guess who is zonked after spending the afternoon chasing tennis balls in the backyard? Sandy is. Now you know all of my favorite feeling words. And remember, just like you, animals have feelings too. The end. So, did you guys cross any off your list? Did you guys cross any emotions off your list? If you did, that means that you as a human can sometimes share the same feelings that your dog or cat or your bunny or your bird might experience, okay? So we really have to remember that our animals are more than just a fluffy thing in our house, okay? They can be happy, they can be, sorry guys, I had bad connection. They can be happy, they can be afraid, and we just have to remember that we need to treat them with kindness and respect, okay? Think of it this way. If you say you had a stomach ache and you weren't feeling well. Oh, my cat wants to join me. Come on. Damn Perkins. Say if you had a belly ache and you weren't feeling well, and you know, maybe you just wanted to go into your room and just kind of take some downtime, and your sister came in and was like, Johnny, get up, get up, get up. Like, we need to go do this. We need to go, you know, do our chores. You would be like, oh, like, Sally, stop. I don't feel well. Okay? Same thing with our animals. If our animals aren't feeling well and we react in a way that doesn't agree with how they're feeling right then and there, it could, you know, make them a little agitated, or it could just make them feel even worse, okay? So it's really important that we are taking note of how our animals are feeling. It sounds silly, but we really got to study our animals so that we can figure out when they're feeling good, when they're not feeling so good. And that also will make more sense once we do our body language presentation. So I'm thinking that I'm thinking that this Friday will be our body language presentation, because understanding how our dogs are feeling and how our cats are feeling really comes from understanding their body language, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the book. I hope you realize that you can also share same feelings as animals, and I hope that you're always treating your animals with kindness and patience, okay? They love us so much, and so the very least we can do is just treat them with kindness and respect. So I hope everybody has a really wonderful Wednesday. I was going to do an enrichment activity, but we have some other people who are going to be hopping on eventually, and they're going to be also showing different enrichment activities, so I don't want to take it away from them. So if you are just hopping on, this video will be posted. Share this video, okay? Even if, you know, you're out of state, it doesn't matter. This is something that is universal and can be taught to anybody in the world. So feel free to share this video. Again, thank you so much for just all of the support that we received over these last few weeks. The shelter's moving and grooving, and we wouldn't be able to do it without our community's support. So thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Bye.